From the NMSU Department of Journalism and Media Studies in collaboration with KRWG, this is the student-produced News22, where news matters.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kiri Rogers.
And I'm Samantha Dates. Many families in New Mexico are still facing the impacts of poverty, but it's seeming to be lower than we thought. The way we see these rates are through the U.S. Census Bureau. The census has two commonly used poverty measures that record different things. The official poverty measure determines the threshold for eligibility for most federally funded programs, but greatly underestimates true poverty, and that most families need to earn double the FPL in order to meet basic needs. The supplemental poverty measure makes up where the OPM lacks by taking into account household out-of-pocket expenses such as childcare and medical costs.
In light of the recent severe flooding in Chavez County and other affected areas, the New Mexico Health Care Authority is providing emergency support to SNAP customers.
This assistance includes replacing lost food benefits, reissuing EBT cards, and temporarily allowing hot food purchases. SNAP customers who experienced food loss due to storm and flooding have until Monday, November 25th to verbally or in writing report their loss and request replacement benefits. 3 people from southern New Mexico are immunization champions because of the work they did during the COVID-19 pandemic.
Adela Holguin, a nurse with the Chaparral Public Health Office, for helping quell a varicella outbreak at a local ICE facility and ensuring children are up to date with their vaccinations. Valerie Duenas, a nurse with the Las Cruces Public Health Office, made sure there were enough vaccines to meet demand. And Susan Molina, a nurse with the Artesia and Carlsbad Public Health Office, ensured students in school are up to date with their vaccines. The Belen Public Health Office and the state's mobile vaccine team were also honored.
It was a beautiful day outside today weather-wise.
Yes, and it's getting cooler and cooler every single day. Heba, what can you tell us?
Thanks, Kiri. Looking today at our current conditions, we had sunny skies, and yes, it was a beautiful day. We were sitting at a comfortable 53 degrees. The winds were at 6 miles an hour coming in from the east. Our humidity was at 32%, the dew point at 24 degrees, and our barometer at 30.32 inches. Today we had our high at 63 degrees. Our average around this time of year is 65, and our low was 34. Taking it back to 2007, we had a record high of 81 degrees, and 1969 we had a record low of 19 degrees. There was no rain today, which leaves our yearly precipitation at 4.28 inches. That's all I have for your current conditions. We'll take it back to the desk.
Thank you, Heba. A little relief this Thanksgiving holiday dinner will cost less this year, according to the American Farm Bureau Federation's annual Thanksgiving survey. The average cost of this year's dinner for 10 people is $58. That's a 5% drop from 2023. The centerpiece of the meal, the turkey, has helped bring down the overall cost. According to the Federation, the average price for a 16-pound turkey is $25. NMSU Global Campus is currently hosting a holiday donation drive for the Aggie Cupboard through December 6th. Want to donate? Some good donation ideas include non-perishable foods like canned goods, rice and pasta, toiletries such as toothpaste, toothbrushes, and soap, and children's gifts such as dolls, cars, and Legos. You can drop off or ship donations to Milton Hall. Every little bit helps and is greatly appreciated by our fellow Aggies. The change in seasons is bringing cooler temperatures to New Mexico and the U.S. With that comes bird migrations. Birds are facing challenges during their migration journeys because of pollution, climate change. I talked to the NMSU Avian Migration Program to learn more about techniques like banding that are helping researchers figure out exactly how birds are being impacted.
A marsh wren.
NMSU student Danny Tipton has loved birds since he was 8 years old, and he has been banding them for almost 4 years. Danny assured me that the bird's safety is always the priority.
You always want to be considerate of a bird's stress levels while you're holding it, because obviously this isn't where they want to be, but it's completely safe for the birds. We take the utmost care to make sure that the birds are safe.
Bird banding is one of the most important techniques in identifying and keeping track of birds. First you catch the birds, then attach a band on the bird's leg.
That allows for scientists to learn about where birds are. If this bird gets banded and then gets collected elsewhere, then we can track where it's been and also collect information on its size. And so it's just good for research and understanding birds better.
Now, some of the birds that get caught in this net right beside me are going to be making New Mexico their home for the winter. But a lot of them are going to keep migrating south, making getting banded just a hiccup in their migration journey. The NMSU Avian Migration Program was founded after a migratory season when many birds died. Researchers wanted to know why.
And the overarching goal of the program is to study disaster ecology, so to prepare students to help understand the effects of natural disasters on birds.
A bunch of ducks flying along.
The Avian Migration Program hosts this event to teach the community about birds, and visitors get a chance to birdwatch while discovering the bosque in Mesilla.
We're having a bunch of different bird-related events trying to raise awareness and increase people's interest in birds and their behavior and ecology and all the interesting things they do.
There you go. See how
Students also learn how to properly hold the birds in hand.
it's so hard. It's like trying to describe how do you drive a stick shift. I don't know.
Yeah,
Just do it.
Danny Tipton and his fellow students are contributing to research that may save millions of birds in the future.
All they want.
Samantha Dates, News 22. Stay tuned. Heba will be back with your national weather forecast.
I'm Eric Johnson, host of Garden Smart. Each week we travel the country north to south, east to west, exploring some of the most exciting gardens, as well as talking to industry horticulturalists about design principles, new plants, and also how you can be more successful with your home garden.
Saturday at 2:30 p.m. on KRWG-Public Media.
Warming hearts with pie, right?
Cheers to that.
Hop, and then we run, run, run together. Okay, that's not too bad. Hi. Hi. Hi, buddy.
All that and more on Finding Festivals.
To that.
Cheers to that. Thank you.
Cheers.
Sunday at 10 p.m. on KRWG Public Media.
Welcome back. You're watching News 22 Wednesday,
where news matters. A lot of people can now cross holiday shopping off their to-do list thanks to Las Cruces High School transforming their cafeteria into the Bulldog Holiday Bazaar.
Vendors filled the place selling all kinds of crafts and unique gifts. That's not all, though. There were plenty of foods to satisfy your sweet tooth or just to fill your belly with something good to eat or warm to drink now that the weather is getting cold outside.
Today we're going to have our apple empanada, which is going to be a rooibos with honeybush. This is actually a very popular tea that's grown in South Africa. The other one's going to be winter cabin, a seasonal tea, and it's going to have a very oak chocolate taste to it.
Now we got some baked potatoes for the people for this event. But we got some green onions, some cheese, some onions, you know, some basic stuff.
If you missed out, you can always support these vendors at their local locations. But if you still want deals on early holiday shopping, you'll probably have to wait for Black Friday. Now, things are finally starting to cool down in Las Cruces after what felt like the longest summer ever.
I know, but I bet it's nothing compared to what's happening in the rest of the country. Heba, what can you tell us about that?
Thanks, guys. Let's go ahead and take a look at the national weather maps. So today's forecast we saw in the northeast mid 50s to high 60s, taking it into the mid-Atlantic. We saw some temperatures ranging from the high 60s into the low 70s. And if we look at the Florida Panhandle, on the Atlantic coast, we're going to see high 70s to low 80s, so definitely sporadic temperatures. Switching gears to the west coast, we're looking at temperatures between 40s to mid 50s to low 60s. Now looking at the central plains into the upper middle Mississippi and Ohio valleys, we're looking at low 50s to mid 50s. And finally here in the southwest, we're looking at mid 60s to low 70s. Now taking it to my next map. Tonight's forecast is going to be pretty chilly across the board. From the east to the west coast, we're looking at low 40s to low 50s and some areas reaching the high 20s. So really, really chilly. Taking it to my next map. We're looking at some cold fronts coming in from the north, from Canada, and some warm fronts coming in from the south, from Mexico. Now, if you look, the upper Ohio Valley and the upper Tennessee valleys are going to see snow and rain, and a mix of snow and rain will also be here at the Pacific Northwest coast, making its way into the northern plains and even into the Grand Basin. That's all I have for your national weather forecast, but don't go anywhere. I'll be back with your regional temperatures after the break.
Benvenuti a casa mia. I am excited to welcome you back to my home. So, pull up a chair and cook along with me as I share meals and memories from my table on this season of Lydia's Kitchen. Tutti a tavola, a mangiare.
Saturday at 3:30 p.m. on KRWG Public Media.
On season 22 of Ask This Old House, we're back on the road, helping homeowners all across the country learn how to fix problems at their homes.
Ollie, you're a pro.
Yeah, pretty satisfying. Looks great.
Simple, fun DIY project.
Saturday at 1:30 p.m. on KRWG Public Media.
KRWG-TV's public file is available at 2915 McPhee Circle in Milton Hall, Room 117, on the campus of New Mexico State University. Regular business hours are from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. and 1 to 5 p.m. weekdays. You can also view the file online at publicfiles.fcc.gov.
Welcome back. You're watching News 22. I'm Heba. Let's talk weather. So today we saw pretty cool temperatures across the state. Farmington at 39 degrees, Santa Fe 35, Gallup 41, Albuquerque 47, Clovis 45, Socorro 46, Ruidoso 45, Roswell 49, Las Cruces 53, and Deming 54. Taking it into tomorrow, we're going to see those temperatures rise just a bit. Farmington at 55, Santa Fe 57, Albuquerque 59, Gallup 61, Socorro 60, Clovis 62, Roswell 66, Ruidoso 65, Las Cruces 67, and Deming at 66. Tonight in Alamogordo, we're going to see a low of 31 and a high of 65 with clear, sunny skies. In Truth or Consequences, tonight we're going to see a low of 52 and tomorrow a high of 64 with partly cloudy skies. In Silver City, golden temperatures, 31 degrees will be our low tonight, and tomorrow 65 with sunny skies will be our high. And finally, here in the city of the Crosses, tonight we'll see 34 as our low and 67 as our high with sunny skies. That's all I have for your regional temperatures. We'll take it back to the desk.
And Ben Schlittler is next with sports.
Thanks, guys. Coming up in sports, it's going to be a big day for NMSU basketball. Don't go too far because News 22 Sports is next.
I am so excited about the upcoming season of Healthy Minds. We are covering a variety of issues, all of which are important, including youth mental health, developing new treatments that can help with prevention, as well as treat people who have an illness. We're going to look at the issue of homelessness. We're covering so much that's so important to people today.
Sunday at 2:30 p.m. on KRWG Public Media.
Going back to the place again and again, wanting shelter and the way to hear the sound.
What were you trying to do musically with that album?
You know, a way of looking at a family relationship, and it started off as a jazz tune. No going back. I go to the car to see what's to come. Deal's already done.
This is KRWG-TV News 22 Sports.
For the win! He got it!
Welcome back. I'm Ben Schlittler, and let's talk sports. After their rough loss last Thursday against UTSA, the Aggie women's basketball team is left with a lot of questions that they hope to answer tonight against Western New Mexico. Against UTSA, the Aggies seemingly couldn't get a rebound to save their life, and despite her best efforts, Molly Kaiser's stellar game couldn't make up for that. Tonight at 7, Western New Mexico comes to Cruces, and the Aggies hope that their rebounding woes this year will come to an end tonight at 7 at the Pan Am. The Aggies men's basketball team has a shot to do something that they haven't done in well over a decade, start 4-0. To do that, they have to go through one of the best mid-major programs in the country, the also undefeated Dayton Flyers. The three-headed backcourt of Christian Cook, Deontay Bostic, and Zawadi Jackson have shown immense potential in their late win versus Texas A&M Corpus Christi, but this will be their first test against a team with a winning record this year. The game gets started at 7:30 on ESPN+. And that's all for sports tonight. Join us for more sports action tomorrow. Still ahead on News 22, Heba will be back to take a look at your 5-day forecast.
Here at NMSU, we travel the world in search of new ideas.
The quickest way to get a great meal on the table is to work with high-impact ingredients.
It sounds really complex, but it's actually really simple to make.
You enjoy it too.
I love it.
For something that comes together with such little effort, it has huge flavors. Wow.
What you want to hear is the sizzle reel.
Here we go.
That's flavor, baby.
This tastes like home, no matter where home is. That is so good. Let's get started.
Saturday at 4:30 p.m. on KRWG-Public Media.
Hi, I'm Fred Kaufman, executive producer of Nature. We get to transport you to exotic locations to see the world through the eyes of incredible animals. I often have to stay behind, so I'm just pretending in front of a green screen. I wish I could join you on today's journey, but it's back to work for me. Before I go, I want to thank you for your support. If you're not a member, please join right now, and I hope you enjoy the show.
Well, guys, it is going to be getting a little bit warmer this week. Let's take a look at that forecast for this week. So tomorrow we're going to see a high of 67 with a low of 33. Friday we'll see a high of 67 again with a low of 38. But Saturday it will start to warm up. We're going to see a high of 70 with a low of 41. And into the weekend, Sunday we'll see partly cloudy skies with a high of 72 and a low of 42. And then Monday we will see a high of 70 and a low of 40. So you might want to ditch those jackets for the weekend, but do warm up tomorrow and Friday. That's all I have for your 5-day forecast.
And that's all for News 22 Wednesday. Thank you everyone for joining us tonight.
And tune in tomorrow night for more news. I'm Kiri Rogers.
And I'm Samantha Dates, and from the whole News 22 team, Kiri, Ben, Heba, and myself, good night.
This news brief en español is brought to you by Noticias 22. La información más completa de Nuevo México, El Paso y la frontera. Noticias 22.
Buenas tardes, yo soy Marian Gregory y gracias por continuar con nosotros en Noticias 22. La policía de Las Cruces ha aceptado a pagar $225,000 en un acuerdo. La ciudad tiene que pagar a Christopher Smelser, que en 2020 mató a Antonio Valenzuela después de una persecución. Smelser fue despedido por la policía y acusado de asesinato, pero los cargos fueron retirados en el medio del juicio. Este año, Smelser recibió el dinero del acuerdo. Sin embargo, se le otorgó la oportunidad de que su récord criminal se limpiara. Esto es después de un otro acuerdo en que la ciudad tenía que pagar a la familia de la víctima Antonio Valenzuela $6,500 por una demanda que Smelser violado los derechos civiles cuando le mató. La policía de Las Cruces no se continúa a enseñar la técnica de restricción vascular del cuello que resultó en el muerto de Valenzuela. En otras historias, el campus está organizando una campaña de donaciones navideñas para el Aggie Cupboard hasta el 6 de diciembre. Productos que se aceptan como donación incluyen alimentos enlatados, arroz y pasta, cepillos de dientes, pasta de dientes y jabón y regalos infantiles como muñecas, coches y legos. Pueden dejarlos en Milton Hall en el campus de NMSU. Esto es todo por mi parte. Gracias y tenga una linda noche.